American whiskey is exciting, and it keeps getting better. Welcome to WatchZilla. Today we are going to give you our top 4 best American whiskeys to buy. From brands that have been around for decades to the many craft distilleries firing up stills across the country, there is a great selection of whiskey produced in the US. American whiskey styles typically stick with bourbon, rye whiskey, and blends, though there are some experimental whiskeys worth checking out. Some of these recommendations are old favorites, a few are new finds, and others are limited releases to look forward to each year. Whether you're going to sip them straight or want to mix up great whiskey cocktails, all are sure to tantalize your taste buds and offer a glimpse into what's happening in the American whiskey scene. Number 4. Elijah Craig Small Batch Bourbon. By law, bourbon must be made in the US, and it's called America's native spirit. There are many well-known names in bourbon, and it's fun to explore all the different brands. One that receives acclaim from whiskey drinkers of all tastes is Elijah Craig Small Batch. Named for a reverend who was also among the pioneering bourbon distillers, it is produced by Heaven Hill Distillery in the heart of Kentucky's bourbon country. Reverend Elijah Craig was somewhat of a genius. He was the first drink pioneer to utilize charred oak barrels as a means of aging his whiskey. This 94-proof whiskey is aged between 8 and 12 years. Small batch makes the list for 2 major reasons. Firstly, it tastes great, and secondly, it's affordable. It's a perfect representation of this whiskey style and is reasonably priced, so it can become a regular in anyone's liquor cabinet. It is impeccably smooth and holds delicious notes of vanilla and caramel with a woody spice. The long finish is toasty and perfectly sweet, which brings you back for another sip. With its rich, smoky, sweet vanilla spice interlaced alongside nutmeg, fresh mint and sweet plush stone fruits, what's not to love? As impressive as it is straight, Elijah Craig also makes some fine bourbon cocktails. Number 3. Old Forester 86-proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. While premium whiskey can burn a hole in your wallet, cheap whiskey can char your taste buds and throat. When you're looking for value whiskeys, it's important to choose wisely. One sound choice is the flagship bottle from Old Forester Bourbon. While the Kentucky distillery has a portfolio filled with great high-priced bourbons, this 86-proof expression is budget-friendly and reliable. Not only is this the most popular bottle of Old Forester, but it's also the oldest. It has not changed since it was introduced in 1870 and even survived Prohibition, which temporarily shut down or completely wiped out many distilleries. It has a classic bourbon character with a big punch that softens into an oaky sweetness and finishes off with a blend of spice and vanilla. It's mixable and casual and simple, a nice everyday whiskey. Number 2. Angel's Envy Bourbon. Angel's Envy just recently arrived in the UK, but our friends in the US have been able to sip it for a while now. The name is taken from Angel's Share, the notorious evaporation of spirit due to the climate and general atmosphere of where the barrels are stored. What makes this liquid stand out from many others is the fact it is finished in export casks, giving it a beautifully sticky dark plum vanilla element to it. What should you expect from the flavor then? Angel's Envy is richly textured, silky, and well-rounded and overpowering with ripe fruits, candied tangerine, light toffee, maple syrup. This bourbon has all the notes we want to experience at the beginning or end of a meal. It's got personality, that's for sure. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 1. Maker's Mark 46. The 46 became their first wood finishing whiskey, created to really amplify the existing flavors of their original. Fully matured at cask strength, they then utilized 10 seared virgin French oak staves into the barrels to finish them for a further 9 weeks. Maker's Mark 46 has been aged longer than its younger brother, leaving the flavors to intensify without becoming overpowering. The result is a bolder, more complex whiskey with lots of vanilla, caramel, red plum and cinnamon. Exceptional taste without breaking the bank. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchZilla and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.